Hello and welcome to another of these videos about the game I'm working on. It's a Kingdome Ragemore. It is basically a solitary Souls-like game, and I'm gonna continue with this update as I add stuff to the game so you can see how everything progresses. So today we're gonna go through the whole dungeon. I have a boss for that dungeon. I also have NPC characters, and I completely finish all the undead and beast cards. I still lack some knight cards, but we can do with less knights during this playthrough. Alright, so let me show you the new stuff. First of all, we have this little token here called runes. As you progress, every time you clear a dungeon or every time you clear a land, and the end of the combat rounds, you're gonna get some runes in the value of the lowest value of your die. So if let's say I have a die with a value of 2 and it's the lowest of all dice, I'm gonna get 2 runes. Now, really depends. Thing is, later on you're gonna be able to spend these runes and buy some tokens like I got myself here. These are herba tokens, and these are very useful because you can use herba tokens in two ways. You can either refresh 2 dice or you can reroll up to 2 dice. Refreshing dice meaning getting dice back. So if you already use them, you can reroll them. You can get them from the board and use them again, or if you roll a dice, you can reroll them. Basically, you can reroll just roll dice. So that gives you some leverage when you fighting, bosses. So you probably want to have some herba with you. Now, I don't have any insight for this playthrough, so you're gonna see how it is to fight the boss without the insight. But I will have an NPC cooperator. So let me show you this. So this is Tigre the Amazon. This will be my cooperator for when I'm gonna fight the boss. Now, there are 2 types of NPCs. One type is these that you can hire, and you can only hire them when you're fighting a boss. You can see here it says you can hire this cooperator for free if you finish her quest. Normally, if you want to hire a cooperator, you must pay some runes for that. But Tigri, the Amazon, you can get for free if you finish a quest. There will be quests in this game. Basically, go to that land and clear to the area or clear the land or bring the NPC some kind of armor or a weapon if you get any, and so on and so on. So it's not going to be easy to do these quests, but every time you finish their quest, you will be able to hire them. Now, the other type of NPCs that's going to be in the game is NPCs which you can trade with, but also hire them. Keep in mind that life of NPCs are expendable, and their death is permanent. So how this is gonna work? Every time where you are on the land, like I'm here in Azoran, you will be able to search for NPCs. What this do is you're gonna roll a d4. Bam. In this case 4, which is a good number. And you're gonna, from a deck of NPCs, you're gonna draw 4 NPCs and you're gonna spread them here below the map. And these will be NPCs you can interact. There will be some you can trade, some you can hire. They all gonna come with the quest. Whenever you find NPCs, you're also gonna draw a little quest card, place it on the NPC character, and then you can choose to do the quest or not, depending what you wanna do. Some of them will not have a quest. You will just be standard traders. Now, those NPCs that you can hire, if you use them during the boss fight and they die, they're gone. You're just gonna discard them from the game. But once you move from this land, let's say to here, to this area, you're gonna shuffle all your NPCs back You're gonna shuffle the quest back that you didn't done, and then again you can search for NPCs. So it will be always you're gonna get something different, because there will be well, I can't say the lots of NPCs, but let's say more than 10. So you will see some familiar faces from play to play as you get more NPCs, or you may find maybe only one NPC in Desolate Vale, depending on your dice roll, as I said. But as they die, they will slowly perish and eventually. So you probably wanna, I don't know, summon them only when you really need them. You can fight the boss alone if you want to, you don't have to. But this Tigri the Amazon I will be able to summon if I manage to get to the boss. So we are here in Azuran, and I want to clear this dungeon that has 3 rounds of fight, and then we're gonna meet the boss, and if I kill the boss I might level up and get some items. So let's start. As you can see, in Azuran we have undead, knights and beasts, so I will immediately for my deck, I'm gonna take all the undead, all the knights. I only have 3 knights cards for now, but I will make them more, and all the beasts. I'm gonna form one big deck. Let's shuffle this up, and let's enter the first part of the dungeon. We flip the token, and it says it's gonna be 3 cards, so we're gonna draw 3 monsters. And you know how the stacking rule goes. If you draw a card with the same that is of the same type of the monster, you can stack up to 3. You cannot stack more than 3, and you only fight the monster on top. But as you know, the cards basically represents how many dice you need to use. So if you have a stack of 2, you have to use 2 dice. If you have a stack of 2, you have to use. So they basically funnel your dice into the stack, so it's not going to be easier to fight the rest of the cards. Anyway, we have the undead, we have the beast, and we have the another undead. So no stacking. So let's see what we have here. We have Prince of Death. If this monster is on top of the stack, its damage D20. It is not on top of the stack, so its damage is only D12. Then we have Rat Swarm. To attack this monster, you first must discard 1 die. So it costs a die to attack them. Okay, but easy to kill. Unless they are on stack, and then you have problems. And we have Undead Magician. If there is another Undead Magician in play, this monster damages D8. Luckily for us, it's not. So, of all these monsters, only this Prince of Death is kind of something we need to watch out for. Alright, also, I imported one magic just to show you how the magic works. So this is the magic I have. It is Fire Blast. It is a fast magic. It has a mana cost of 4. It is level 2 magic. You can see this Roman number there. And damage is D10 cross 6. Now what this means, anytime during a fight, I can use the magic. With fight with the boss or even fighting these monsters, I can use the magic. But here's the catch. If the magic is slow, now when you're fighting monster, really doesn't mean the speed of the magic will not affect anything. Basically, if it's fast or slow magic, you're still gonna deal damage without any consequences. But when fighting a boss, if your magic is slow, this means the boss gonna hit you back once you use the magic. And that could be a problem, because even if you kill a boss, you can actually die because it's simultaneous. As you know, when you're attacking a boss and he has an attack, he's constantly attacking you. Well, maybe if he's like just standing still. Well, you will see. Anyway, this is a perfect magic for my little brigand here, because he has only 4 mana, so I can use it once, and then I do replenish mana automatically in the end of each round against the monsters, just like stamina. And actually, no, sorry, that's not correct. Mana in this game can only be replenished in the end of the fight, or when you're fighting a boss, when you know there is a window of opportunity to do that. So yeah, during all this fight I can use this magic once, but if I had any flasks, these Umbra flask, I would be able to replenish my mana and do it again. But this is only just to show you how it works. Alright, damage D10 cross D6. This means that when you're using this magic, so here's one strategic option when using magic. If you have already locked D10 die that you already roll and you know its value, you have to use it from the board. That's why D10 is before actual damage. But if you don't have it, this deals 6 damage. So sometimes you might want to attack something with a D10 and get a really good number and then use the magic, because if it's more than 6, I mean, this magic is going to be much better. The damage is going to be much better. Alright, so let's fight these monsters here. Let's see, I probably want to deal with this Prince of Death first, and then maybe a rat last. I don't know. So his health is 14. I'm gonna need some big numbers. So I'm thinking to use, let's say D8. Oh, by the way, I should take all my dice from the board. They are not locked yet. So let's say D8 and D10 should be enough to kill this Prince of Death. That's gonna cost me 7 stamina. So from 14 to 7. Let's try to kill him. Alright. Oh, that's 14, which is exactly his health. It was a good roll. And I do have a +1, so that's actually 15. So Prince of Death is dead. Discard him. Alright, so now I might want to kill this rat swarm. And what I'm thinking, I have to discard 1 die. So I'm going to discard my D4. And I will use a D6, which is only 2 stamina. I'm going to try to kill it with the D6. If I fail, then we'll see. We have some options then. Come on, 4, 5, or 6. 5 plus 1, that's a 6. Perfect. The rat is dead. Alright, and lastly we have this undead magician. I still have like 5 stamina left. I can't use this to replenish my stamina, but I'm left with D12 and D20. Now here's my problem. Should I just attack with the D12? I cannot use D20, I don't have enough stamina. But should I just attack with D12 and maybe get 6 or more? That's what I need. Well, 5 or more, because I have a +1 damage. Or should I use a D12 to replenish my stamina and then do D20? That would be a safer way. Okay, let's do it safe. So I'm gonna use D12 to replenish my stamina. So that's 12. Okay. I'm basically back to my 14 stamina. I cannot go more than that. That's my max. You can see here on the board. And then I'm gonna spend 6 of that and roll a d20 to get 6 or 5 or more, because I have a +1 from a sword. Ooh, I roll a 3. With a +1, that's a 4. Not enough. Not enough to kill this magician. So I'm gonna take d6 damage, which in this case is 5 minus my poise, so 4 damage. Alright, and that's the round of combat ended. I could use a magic, but I'm keeping it for later, maybe because I will need to do 2 more rounds of combat in the dungeon. Anyway, my stamina goes back to 14. My health is down to 8. And I get all my dice back. Alright, second round on combat. And this tells us how many cards. Okay, undead. Another undead's gonna stack undead. Then a knight and a beast. Okay, let's see what we have. If this monster is on top of a stack, it's damaging d6. It is, because there is a card below. And I need to use 2 dice because there are 2 cards in a stack to actually attack it. Well, it has a health of 8, so I'm probably gonna use 2 dice. We have this Knight of the Sun. If there is a Sun Acolyte in play, he's not in. It's not gonna be, because as you can see in Azuran, we don't have magicians, and Sun Acolyte is actually magician. And we have a Desert Lion. After you kill this monster, replenish 1 Vitea flask. Okay. Well, now if I knew that's gonna jump out, I'm probably gonna heal myself. Okay, because you can only heal at the end of the round, or before you actually draw cards to start the round when you're fighting monsters. Okay, it's all right. So I'm thinking let's attack the Knight of the Sun first, and then we're gonna see what we're gonna do next. So for this attack, I'm thinking to use a D20 and a D4. So that's gonna be 7. So I'm gonna go down to 7 stamina, and we're attacking a Knight of the Sun. Alright, let's see. We have 10 plus 1, 11. Not enough. So we didn't kill him. So I have. Oh no, wait. Yeah, that was a 9. 9 and a 1. Alright, we missed. Should I use Herba? No, I'm actually keeping Herba for the fight with the boss for now. Should I use a magic? So right now, if I would use a magic, that's only 6 damage. That is not enough. I actually cannot kill nothing here with the 6 damage. But if I roll a d10 and I have a good number, then I will be able to kill something here with magic. By the way, you cannot combine your attack die with the magic. So it is not possible like to deal dice and then finish it with magic. No, you're actually either using a magic attack or standard attack with your weapons. Well, in that case, well, I think I'm gonna use my D8. Actually, I'm gonna use my D10 and D6 against the knight again. So that's gonna be 6 more stamina. So from 7 to 1. Let's try to hit the knight again. Alright, that's a 10 plus 1 again. I lack 1 more. Okay, I'm in trouble right now. I might not even get to the boss. Wow. Alright. So it's gonna be a lot of damage. So now I know I'm gonna take 4 damage from him and 1 damage from this. Maybe I can deal with that. Maybe I should just kill a lion and take the damage and then heal myself. But to kill a lion, I need a 9. I'm left with a and I don't have enough stamina. Alright, I'm gonna use this to replenish my stamina. With only 3. That puts me to 4. Well, that's enough to use D12. So I'm gonna spend all my stamina and use D12 to attack the lion. Yeah, let's. No, actually, no. Yeah, let's try to kill a lion right now. Oh no, I missed all my shots basically. That's a 2 plus 1, that's a 3, not enough. So I'm gonna take damage from all of these creatures. So let's start with undead. So that's a 1, but my poise is 1, so I don't take any damage from this guy. Then we have D10, which is basically a 4 minus 1 poise, so that's 3. And lastly, a lion is d8. That's a 3. Minus 1, that's 2. Wow. Alright. I think it's time to heal myself. The question is, do I want to use both of flask or only one? Oh, by the way, I forgot. After you kill this, yeah, monster replenish. But that happens before I actually heal. I am on the end of the round. Yeah, too bad. Okay, let's... well, how much round of combats I have? Oh, by the way, I did this wrong. I should draw one more of these. This was my second round. Luckily, it was also a 3. Okay, I still have one more round of combat. Well, let's... So I have 3 health. This give me 4, so I'm gonna get 8. I'm gonna go back to 11. Yeah, let's drink both of these. Go back to 11. Bam. All right, and my stamina is back to 14, and I get my dice back. Okay, let's see the last. Okay, only 2 cards. A beast, another beast stacks on that, and the undead. Oh, this also can stack, so goes here, and this can stack, so goes here. Oof, okay, and that's the maximum stack. Oh, problems. So I need to use 2 dice here, and I need to use minimum 3 dice here. Okay, so again we have a prince of that, which is basically if he's on top of a stack, damage is d20. Oof. And we have this attack on this monster costs additional 2 stamina. Oof. Not good. Alright. I think I need to start with the prince of that. I'm gonna definitely use d20. And d12. Maybe d4 together with that. I need to use 3 dice. So these 3 dice, that's gonna be 11 stamina. So from 14 to 3. Alright, let's try. Come on, big number. Need 14 or more. And that is 14 plus 1, 15. The prince of that is destroyed. Good for me. Okay, 7 d20, 4 in d4, and this is d12, just a 3. This attacks for d6. I will have to replenish my stamina. Maybe use a d6 to replenish my stamina. Only 2. Damn, that brings me to 5. Which means I have a d8 and d10 left. Oh, this costs additional 2 stamina. So d10 would be 4. I would not be able to pay with the stamina to actually attack with d10, so I need to use d8. So that's 3 plus 2, that's a 5. Exactly what I have. Alright, so I have to attack. Oh, but I need to use 2 dice. And I can't. So, good example. What happens if you have to use that dice and you can't? Well, you can't perform the attack. You just cannot attack. I could use the magic, but it would be, right now it would be only 6. I cannot roll dice. If I cannot use them, I cannot roll them. Damn, okay, I should have thought about that. Okay, so I will take some damage. It's gonna be d6 damage. And that's 2 damage, but the poise 1, I'm gonna take 1. Alright. And then it goes away. And that's the combat done. Which means what happens next, because we just finished the combat regular with the dungeon creatures and no more combat. You get your health back to starting value, stamina back to starting value, you replenish all your flasks. I didn't die during this combat, that's good. And I get all my dice back. Now comes the funny part. Okay, let's move this out of the play. I basically cleaned the dungeon, and that's gonna stay like that. So like right now I have to fight the boss. Here's the boss. So if I fail fighting the boss, I will have, like, you have to finish with the stack in one play, which means if I die on the boss, I will have to take all of these tokens, and maybe I have some more, randomize them and place 3 on top here. So next time when I get to the dungeon again, I will have to clear the monsters and then fight the boss. So you can see that could be problematic. And since you only have 9 lives in total, it can happen that you die so much that eventually when you lost your last life, it's a game over if you didn't finish this. So the game is not that easy. As I said before, it is a hard game. Anyway, it is a boss fight, so we take the token, we flipped. It is a boss number 4, one of these smaller bosses with this symbol. Let's place this here. And I only drew that boss, so here it is. This is what we're gonna fight. It is Anselm the Executioner. He has 30 health, so let's put his health here. He's gonna do 3 attacks, and he has 3 special attacks. He has Execution, Bone Crusher, which is basically an effect, and Finisher. Look at that damage, 40 damage. So if you don't roll out of this, you're dead. That just happens. Alright. Let's shuffle his special attacks into here. Let's put it like this. Shuffle this, and I'm ready to go. But I'm gonna summon my cooperator, Tigri the Amazon. Alright. Now let me explain how these cooperators work. So you can see on the top it says damage d4, which means every time I use the d4 dice when it's on my board, and it's eventually gonna be, even if I don't roll it, I will have to roll it just to see what the cooperator is gonna do. Depending on the result on a die, going from left to right, if on a result of 1, that's a 6 damage. The 2 is 8, the 3 is d12 damage, whatever's on the board, and the 4 is d20. So there is a good amount of damage this cooperator do. But check this in the top right corner, it says perish d26, which means I'm gonna check anytime I get the dice on the board. But this actually happens in the end of the round. So she's not gonna be killed during the round, but when the round ends, we check, and then maybe she died. What's gonna happen if I have a d20 die here that is with the value of 6 or less, she's gonna perish, she's gonna die, and that's it. She's out of the game. You just lost the NPC for the rest of the game. So that's something you have to keep in mind. But for this example, I just want to see how I'm gonna do with some magic, with some cooperators, just to show you how that works. Alright, let's shuffle this one more, and I'm ready. Now, don't have an insight, so I don't know what kind of attacks it's going to be performed in the future. I can only flip one at a time from left to right and deal with them one at a time. If I fail to deal with the first one, I have to continue trying to deal with it, even if it's going to cost me all die, because the next attack will not be flipped until this card is either I take the damage, I can decide that, like I just say I can't deal with that, let's see what's next, or I manage to deal with that and it's discarded. Alright, let's see what's first. Jump attack with a haste 10 and damage d20. Alright. Now, good news with the magic is I do not have to pass any haste with the magic. That's one thing that magic user can do. Fast means I can use this fire blast right now if I wanna. It's gonna be 6 damage because I don't have a D10 die here. But I'm just gonna deal damage to this without taking any damage back when I'm using the magic. And then I can try to deal, maybe I can try to roll from it or something else. But this is like just the damage I can do. I'm gonna keep that for later. Maybe I can finish him with this. So right now I cannot parry this, I cannot block, so I probably want to roll from it. So let's try to roll. So I need 10 or more. All right, I'm gonna use D12 and a D6 for this. So that's gonna be 6. Okay. 6 stamina. Let's try to roll from it. I got a 10. Good. So I managed to roll from it, which will negate all damage and give me the advantage, which I can use either on this card or in this card. So for now, I have the advantage. Okay, we discard this. Negated. What else I can do? Okay, I need to place my dice on the board. All right, let's see. There is a charge attack with a haste 11, which can be parried. I might want to parry this. Or should I use my advantage right now? Meaning that I can attack, and if I get on my attack more than 11, I'm gonna hit, but I will not be hit back because I have the advantage. Or if I miss, I miss. I just lose. In any case, this will be discarded. Okay, I will not take any attack from it. That's what the advantage do. He's missing. The boss just gonna miss these attacks for sure. Or I should keep the advantage. And I think I'm gonna use it immediately. Let's go for this. All right, and for this I think I'm gonna use a D4 because I want to activate my cooperator. Don't forget, the moment I have a D4 here, her attack's gonna be activated. So D4 for sure, and D20. So that's a 6 and a 1, that's 7. That's gonna put me down to 1 stamina left. Okay, so I cannot get hit back. The cooperator could die if I get a 6 or less on the D20, but everything above 11 is just pure damage to this boss. Let's see. 22. Ooh, that's perfect. Okay, let's see what happens here. And it's not gonna stop there. Okay, so I have 18 on the die, so that's more than 6. So she's not hit and she will not die at the end of the round. I have 22 damage that's gonna boss take right now. Plus 1, so 23. So from 30 to 7, right? Yeah. That's perfect. And then Tegri is gonna hit him for D20, and that's 18 more. That's 18 more because I have a 4 on a D4, and that's gonna kill a boss. So together with Tigri, I managed to kill this boss. And it was the first round. I roll out from this attack, I attack back, and bam, together we kill him. That's it. We killed the boss. Let me see what was the next attack. Oof, that was the finisher. Okay. Hooray! Boss is dead. So normally you would discard him from a game and you would never see him again, together with his little special ability cards. Tigri is back to be later on hired for free if I need her. Then we take this, we get some loot, we would roll here on the loot chart, that's a D20. Let's see what I would get. 16 is armor. So I would go to the deck for armor, draw one, take it. I don't have those cards yet, but now I would be able either to apply it to me or just put it in stash and maybe use it for some quest, or maybe just cash it in for runes and buy some of these tokens. In any case, that would be quite success. Then as you see, this is uncovered. It says level up +1. In each, I'm gonna rise for 1 level. So let me show how that works. So from level 1, I would go to level 2. And now I can level up some stuff. So the first thing you can level up is your health. Maybe I want more health. This is the number that tells you how much you're gonna get every time you level up. So my health could actually go from 12 to 16 right now. And then I would have to, put my new health here. And from now on, that's gonna be my health from any other fights. Or I can level up my mana in the same manner. It would go from 4 to 8. Or maybe stamina from 14 to 18. That would be pretty good. I cannot level up my poise. For that you need an armor. Armor will give you additional poise. Or I can level up my flask. So I can heal up with 8. And that's, I think, all the things you can do with leveling up. One more thing, since I clear this up, I'm gonna check what is my lowest die. And for that, you will have to roll all dice that you didn't roll or have left. So there is a 7 here. There is a 7 there. And this was 18, if I remember. Yeah, it's 18. So my lowest die of all of this is 4. So I would get 4 runes. Bam. Which I would be able to trade in. So, as you can see, the game becomes a much less hassle once you get some of these cooperators with you, once you have some of these tokens, which I didn't even have to use. But, as I said, you would probably not hire much of these at the beginning, because some of these quests to hire these guys are usually to kill some kind of a boss, either a sentinel, so you have to go there alone, do that, and then the game might be easier for you later on. Also, I was really good. Well, I had 2 hairbusts to, deal with this if I was very unlucky. Anyway, now you see how all the run through the dungeon works. You clear the enemies, you clear the boss, you clear this, and now from here I can either go to clear the land or fight the sentinel. I can call Tegri again, but as I said, if you roll a 6 or less on a d20, she's dead for the rest of the game. Or I can go to Desolate Vale, shuffle Tegri back, roll a d4 and get some completely different NPCs. This will also omit me to call her back to help me out. But if she come out on some other lands again, since I finish her quest, of course you will have to track some of these. Well, you can keep notes, I guess. I would be able to call her back, and so on and so on. So what you have here is a little sandbox, which you're gonna slowly clear this map, trying to get to the King Ragemore and deal with these other bosses, which will probably be much harder because, well, you see how that's gonna work. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this game will look interesting for you, because it's actually pretty looking interesting for me. I'm really eager to finish it off. There are a lot of more work to do. Need to draw a lot of knights, a lot of magician, eldritch things, bosses, NPCs. I need to make some decks with weapons, shields, armors, magics. Lots of stuff to do. At the beginning, when I started to do this game, I thought it's gonna be a smaller game. But as I was adding more stuff, as you can see, it's beginning to turn into one of those D&D adventures when you have a lot of hours of play. In any case, see you in the next video, and goodbye.